going back to the game, the Kentucky game, what was the biggest difference in the second half? Was it something you guys said at halftime, or just something we were doing, or a combination of the two? But it looked like a totally different team.
I did have a few choice words with our players because they just looked lethargic. I think sometimes you have to jolt them into being all in and being in the space that they're in. And then I think that sometimes they needed to understand that, the game is a big game, and we are where we are, and we're not going to relish on the fact of, what happened prior to us being president in that moment. And I think they understood it, and I know they didn't want to lose. So they came out with a more sense of urgency to win a basketball game and do the little things on both sides of the ball.
Greg, and then David.
Hey, Dawn, I know we've talked about Destiny and how she's grown and maybe is even a little underrated as a player. I was just curious, just looking specifically at her rebounding. I don't think I've seen a 5'7" player have, average over 6 rebounds a game. What lets her do something like that?
She's extremely athletic. She's got elite athleticism, her quickness, and, I think, when you're small and the bigs are actually doing their job, I think that's a byproduct of our bigs boxing out and not allowing their players to rebound the ball. Helps Destiny sneak in and get some, but she's a ball magnet. I think she's playing some of her best basketball, and I think she just wants to get the ball and push that ball up the floor. She was a rebounding guard in college. She rebounded the ball for USA basketball. So, it's not out of the ordinary for her. It's just, an added element to her game that we're seeing.
Does that kind of help jumpstart your offense especially in transition?
By far. It helps. When the ball's in her hands, she puts everyone, even us, even her teammates, on the back of their heels. Like we are screaming to our other, Zai and Bree and Lily to get out in front of the ball. And sometimes that's pretty hard because she's probably quicker than the most quickest guard without the ball than she, with her with the ball. So it's an element of our game that, we've been harping on for her to utilize her speed. And I just told our team that, if 40% or 41% of our offense was transition, we pushed the ball. So if that didn't take place, I don't think we win that game because our half court offense was not as sharp as it needed to be.
David, and then Joe.
Hey, Dawn, thanks for doing this. A couple for you. One is everybody healthy, ready to go on the trip tomorrow night?
Yes, everybody's healthy, ready to go.
And second, just, outside of a scoring standpoint, how have you liked your point guard play this year, distributing the ball, finding the open man, that just an overall view of the point guard spot?
Henny's been playing heavy minutes at the point. Nobody else really has been playing it. We tried to spot Liddy there, every so often. Destiny Henderson wasn't with us for, a big part of us coming back off of Christmas break. She was spotting it there. So she's doing a great job, other than some ill-advised turnovers. She's doing her job, but for Henny playing at that pace that she's playing, you might suspect that she may turn it over a little bit just from going that quickly, but the reward is, way out, it outweighs, the turnover here and there.
Just to clarify, you meant Destiny Littleton. We were missing her for a few games after Christmas, not Henderson.
Yeah, did I say Henderson?
Yeah.
My bad.
I just wanted to clarify for anybody who wasn't aware.
Yes.
Joe, go ahead.
Coach, I'm curious, when a great player has an off night or not a great day, how do you help them get their mindset back to focus on the next practice and the next game as opposed to letting a bad performance linger on? Because we've seen some of your great players maybe not have their best night, but they come back and they're ready to go in that next game. So how do you manage that moment when a player doesn't have their best stuff?
I mean, it's easy. It really is an easy process because you don't want to shy away from it. You want to tackle it, and you do it by watching film with them and just kind of explaining to them, body language. Meaning, you take for instance Zai and I had a film session yesterday, and I just kind of showed her defensively, like her body language in the first half, and then I look at the second half, it was a lot different. And I didn't really have to know what half we were in to know the type of body language she had. And then we go over all of her shots. And then we just kind of talk about what she was feeling that particular day. And then we go back to the feeling of, what she felt like when she was playing her best, most efficient basketball. And then you just talk about it. And she has to get back to those habits she had, prior to the break and a little bit after the break. But certain players, like Isaiah, they're going to have a bad night every so often because sometimes it creeps in that you got it all figured out and you got it worked out, and then you let your guard down. And then this game is, a game in which it will, it's the gift of giving. If you pour into it, purely and innocently, it's going to pour back into you. But if you think you're outfoxing the game, it will humbly bring you back down to where, you got to work on it. A player like Aaliyah, Aaliyah beats herself up, like really beats herself up bad. So you kind of have to just talk to her a little bit, watch film with her a little bit, just let her know that, we have the utmost confidence in her and, she's good off of those kinds of conversations.
David, go ahead.
On the men's practice squad that y'all go against every day, first of all, are they all back on campus and in practice and everything?
No, we have two that we've been working with over the past couple of days. Everybody else has to go into the protocol, get tested a number of times before they're able to get back with us.
And just in a general sense, Dawn, just how much do that group, how much do they help you per week and really throughout the past few years, how much do they help you get ready for these games?
We can go as far back as, when we were allowed to have them. They have been an integral part of our success, like integral part. One, their commitment. Two, they're super competitive. Three, they watch more film on our opponents than our team. We can look at it to see, who's logged into what. And they're just super committed to it. And they, these past couple of weeks when we got back from Christmas, we've had to take on all the reps. And that takes a toll. That takes a toll on our players. But I'm always happy to have that little bit of space where they have to have all the reps because it just helps us get back in shape a little bit quicker off of a break. But they are probably outside of just our team, the single most important piece to, us being able to execute what we need to execute because they're usually spot on in playing our opponents.
All right, just checking. Joe, did you have another question to close it out or does your hand still raised? Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Coach, you mentioned the percentage in terms of transition in which you scored at Kentucky. So I'm curious, on top of that, how much do you look at the analytics of every game and opponents to help craft what you want to do, or how much of it is just using your basic fundamental principles with your game plan and your players as opposed to analytics? How do you balance that aspect of it when preparing to play an opponent?
It depends, it depends. Like we got, Arkansas after this Vandy game and, Fred just came in and she just talked about, some of the things that Arkansas likes to do and the percentages that they like to utilize in scheming for them. And then he compares the wins, the losses against the top teams in the country. And although they've been the same, since Mike took over, those numbers are telling. So do we do it for every single game? No, we do it for games in which I believe our players can visually see where we need to be impactful to win a basketball game. I thought the Kentucky game, I mean, Henny pushed the ball. I heard from, I got some friends, some Philly coaches that coach in the Division I, and some of them coach in the NBA, and they text me on our group thread, and they were like, one of them coaches for the Boston Celtics, and he's like, we need that point guard in our team. The way she pushed that ball up the floor was unreal. And so when he said that to me, I kind of, went back and asked Coach Boyer, who had the scout, let's have a breakdown of all of our offenses and how efficient we were with it. And it was kind of staggering to see us, 41% of our, total offense was in transition. And we don't win the game. I mean, the efficiency that we scored in transition versus what we did in the half court set was telling. So that's one thing that teams are going to have to adjust to that. And we're thinking that at some point they're going to try to deny her the ball and make somebody else beat us. So we're back pocketing that and preparing just in case that happens.